Anyone else get the feeling that they were born too early for life extension? I have spoken to and heard from numerous experts, PhDs, gerontologists, biologists, aging researchers, you name it. Wanna know how many of them have given me the impression that we will see significantly extended lifespans in our lifetime? Literally zero. Basically all of them say at most we will see increased health span in our lifetimes. That's pretty significant, don't you think? Everyone on here and other subs thinks we will live to see immortality, indefinitely extended lifespans, etc., and it makes me pretty sad sometimes. I'm sorry, but we won't. None of us will. Those of us alive today were simply born too early for any significant life extension. At most we will get a few more years. From the years we do have. Free from sickness and old age. But that's it. We ain't living forever. We ain't retiring on the moon and Mars. We are not going to be going on trips around space and staying in other solar systems and having a great time living it up on Proxima Centauri. I'm sorry, but we were all born too early. We get to speculate about it and make advancements towards it. But the future is not for us. It's for our descendants. Sorry. I plan to live forever or die trying. You really don't need to think about it all that much past this. It's been mentioned here before, but most specialized professionals won't make hard predictions about topics 20 years in the future. I'd be suspicious unless they clarify what hurdles they specifically foresee. Not to say it's impossible for things to not move much in 50 years. But technologically that's a long amount of time. Fields change a lot in that time. The correct answer they should have given is I don't know. Many people don't want to live longer because of the quality of life at old age. My great aunt is 102. And she can't see well. Can't hear. And her body is just wearing out. All of her family and friends are dead. Thankfully her mind is still quite sharp. She looks forward to the end. This is a shame. Because if we could improve all those ailments, and those of her loved ones, then she would have something to live for. And so would we. There could be a cheap and easy cure for aging discovered tomorrow. It's not here yet and may never be. So there you have it. Sometime between tomorrow and never. My gut says people under 50 that take care of themselves have a very good shot at living long. Enough to have a much longer life than we're used to today. But that's just a hope-filled guess. It would not surprise me at all if it turns out that OP completely made up this story of speaking to a lot professionals. Because the real professionals, even in the aging field, simply do not know the answer to this question. There are often a lot of naysayers with entrenched ideas in a given field until critical, revolutionary work is accomplished. My favorite example is a lot of experts thought we were a long way from functional airplanes. If they would ever happen at all. Right up until the moment Wright brothers proved everyone wrong. That's not to say we will definitely live long enough for life extension either. But there will likely be a lot of skeptics right up until the point that it happens. Whether that's in a decade or a century. That's the spirit with this way of looking forward. There's no stopping death. If there is one thing that humans have and always will be astonishingly terrible at, it's predicting the future. You haven't done much research if you've managed to fail to encounter a single professional that was optimistic about life extension. With such little effort on your party, I don't want to be the one to bust your dull gray bubble. So, yes, you specifically were born too early. Enjoy your dirt nap. The fact is, if AGI is right around the corner, so is OSC. So a mind that knows all of science and a billion times smarter than every human being put together attacking this problem, I feel it would be short-lived. Biologically speaking, It's unrealistic that we'll achieve life extension in our natural lifetime. Technologically speaking, I'm posting this from a little rectangle in my hand that far outperforms massive supercomputers from only a few decades ago. There's still time. In 1903, the New York Times said it would take 1,000,000 years of research to develop a flying machine. The Wright brothers achieved the first flight 9 weeks later. I bet a few people have said the same exact thing whilst at the World's Fair in 1851. You underestimate exponential advances in science and AI. Also, read something like Young Forever by Dr. Mark Hyman. There is actually a tremendous amount we can do ourselves to extend healthspan, which could get us across the bridge to escape velocity. There is a huge amount of exciting stuff going on right now in this field. And importantly, there are billions being invested in it. We humans have a peculiar knack for dreaming up science fiction and then making it a reality. If we don't destroy ourselves with our other peculiar knack for death and destruction, we just might pull it off. We will. Once the general population is shown early progress, there will be generated a rather large political response to do a moonshot-type programs around the world, as for instance the massive life extension program in Saudi Arabia. Things can change overnight, especially with the dawn of AI at the door. And you can be sure there is a race behind closed doors by every gov to be the first to reach it. Just watch the interview with Netanyahu. He makes it pretty clear that everyone is going full throttle on that. They just don't announce it. Hopefully, something good will come out of it. If you're able to live 15-20 years past the singularity, you'll likely experience life-extending medical advancements. That's roughly estimated around 2045. I imagine sooner than that. I signed up for cryonics because I believe it's the current best chance to have those opportunities, as well as deal with unexpected death in the meantime. I get the sense from the longevity community that the next few decades or so will be about maximizing the duration of life satisfaction, not extension so much. I completely disagree with you. Our knowledge of the human body and how it works and operates is experiencing an explosion right now. Gene editing, protein folding thanks to AI, and all of the other advancements that are happening are already on the cusp of being able to just reverse aging or stop aging. These people are probably looking at it from a completely different lease. If we have super intelligence within 20 years, then you're not dying. We're already growing loads of organs in labs. It won't be long till we can just regenerate any part of the body we want. I think about this once in a while. Seems unfair that we're only a generation or two away from sci-fi longevity. However, we just gotta hold on for 30-some years for that universal cancer cure. IDK how reliable this actually is. If you told me in 2004 in 4 years you'll have a computer in your pocket, I would have thought you were smoking crack. But 4 years later I had the first iPhone in my pocket. Technology has made ridiculous amounts of advancements in the 20 years since. The idea that anyone has an idea with 100% certainty about what's going to be available in 20, 40, 60, 80 years is absurd. Will we see immortality? Maybe it's unlikely, but impossible? No. You sound just as confident as every other pessimistic poster out there. And like you're lecturing children. I'm sorry, but we won't. None of us will. Sorry. Now, go apologize to John for taking his toy.